So we want to do a couple videos on some of the things that are part of the assignments for this week. So Web Dev for Nonprofit, week 2. We did the Trello Aha board in class. We went over SEO stuff in class, what the assignments are. The podcast assignment, we went over that in class. The video you need to watch, we went over that in class. The Meetup live webinar, we went over that in class. So let's go ahead and go to download WordPress and a local flywheel. Okay. I'm not worried about due dates. That's just due dates and stuff. Just keep working on the stuff. I know everybody has various types of internet connectivity. Keep working on it. Do the best you can. And we'll figure it out from there. Okay, so one thing I want you to download is WordPress.org. And you would, somewhere it says download. Get WordPress. And then you would, let's see, then you would download. And I'm not going to do that because I've already done that, but that's where you would download it and, go on and so forth. And let's see, and then the local flywheel. It's so that we can have a local server on whenever we're developing our WordPress website. And we're going to download that. And I'm not going to do that because I've already got mine downloaded. I do recommend just pinning it down here on the bottom to your taskbar, just for ease of access for the remainder of this course. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And let's see. So that was that assignment. And then the next one, I think, was going to be create the WordPress website. So let's go view assessment. So the assignment is this: create a WordPress website that's locally hosted using Flywheel. Have me as an editor on the website so I can access it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through, get rid of that. Okay, so after you download both WordPress.org and the Flywheel, it'll ask you some questions, but I think I can go ahead and replicate pretty much the whole process. So let's go ahead and add local site. So this is after you've downloaded the Flywheel, and this should be a similar process how it's going to set up. So what's your site's name? Let's just do it practice demo. Okay. You name it whatever you want. I'm not concerned about the name. Continue. We're going to keep it preferred. Continue. And we're going to do our username. So just go ahead and set it up. So this is a setup. So it's not anything that you've already got somewhere you got to look up. You're actually setting it up now. Okay. And click add site. And this will take a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Okay, it's still working. Just wanted to check in. It's still working. So just keep letting it do its thing. Okay, so this is done. So we got our local site practice demo, or whatever you called it. So let's explore this a little bit. On this left-hand side, you can see connect. If we were going to connect it to host, but we're not, but that's where you could. Add-ons, we're not going to mess with add-ons. Support. Let's go back up to here, the local sites. So we have an overview of it. We have a database, information, SSL, and utilities. We're not going to mess with that too much. And we actually have a live link. So if we click enable, okay, and then this gives us this live link, which is like I mentioned earlier, I mentioned in the class today, it's like a weird URL. Well, this is that weird URL. and this is our WordPress website. So what this is a theme called 2020, and we'll explore that here in a little bit more. And it's a functional website just with a weird domain name. So which is not what we're going to use, but just be aware that there's a live link available in case you do need to share it with somebody. So another thing you can do is just click on view site, and you can view site, but this is a local. You won't be able to share it with anybody else, for them to access it and see it. And go ahead and close that out. Go ahead and close this out. Go back in here, and then we're going to click on admin. And you remember how we set up a WordPress password or username and password? This is where we're going to enter that. So I'm going to enter that and log in. And it's going to take us, so you can see on the upper left hand corner is the name of the website that we created, and for me it's practice demo. Okay, so let me take a peek and see what else was a part of this assignment. Create a WordPress website. Okay, we did. Its name is practice demo, and hosted on Flywheel. It is hosted on Flywheel, which was this. Is there anything else on that? Add me as an editor. Okay. So for the rest part of this assignment, to add me as an editor, we go to settings, no, tool, users. Go to add new, and we are going to add new, and it's requesting a username. I'm not sure how specific this is to add me as a user, but for the username, just do Tasha Penwell. Do my email, my work email, first name, last name, website. You can leave that blank. But what it's going to do is going to send me an email about my account, and I want you to put my role as an editor on here. Then you would click add new user. It says, okay, username's already registered. I'm not sure how this would work, so let's try. I want to create a username, and this might be because it's mine, so let's try to do something else. You might have a little bit of trial and error on this. I'm not sure how to do it without doing it. Let's see, 19. So you might have to do a little trial and error on what to create, but basically I just want to somehow access what you're doing. Okay, so this looks like it's working, and so voila. I'm now, this is what was originally created, this first one. And then this one says Tasha Penwell 1980. It's now listed my role as an editor. So I want you to do that after you add me as a editor on this website. You should see me, and whatever you call me, please be nice. Don't call me something mean, here as an editor. And that should be it for this particular assignment right here. Okay. So let's go. We'll do this all in one video. Setting up a WordPress website. Open, damn you. Open. There we go. So you would click on here. Look. Oh my goodness gracious. Click. Okay, there we go. So this is where I want you to start building your website. And ultimately, we're going to be creating something for Wisteria for the nonprofit, but this is going to give you practice on just navigating it and just focusing on playing with it as opposed to what you're trying to build for Wisteria. So let's see. First thing that we need to do is make sure it has a theme of 2017. So we go back to our dashboard and we go to appearance and the themes. I don't know why mine's doing the shaky thing, but it only does it when I hover. I don't know why it's doing it. So if you remember when we saw earlier when we viewed our site, it looks like this. It's got this big old banner in the middle. It's got some content. Got the coloring that it does. So this looks similar to this because this is what it is. It says it's active and the theme is 2020. Now we can customize it, but that's not what I want us to do for this purpose. I want us to just click one that's called 2017. And I want us to go ahead and activate it. You can do a live preview, but this is what I want. So we're going to activate it. If I can grab it. Okay. So that was pretty quick. So it says active 2017. And if I go back into here and hit refresh, it should update. And it's changed to the 2017 theme. Okay. What was the other thing? So that was the first thing I want you to do. The widget, I want you to add a calendar widget to footer 1. So, which is number 2 here. Okay. And so we do that by going to widgets. So you can see that appearance is, going to customize the appearance, whether there's themes, and there's other themes that you can look for up in here. You can click add new and go through all the themes that's going to download eventually. There we go. So there's a variety of different themes that you can choose from. You can customize stuff. Let's see. My internet's not being speedy. Okay. Now this will take you in a platform that resembles WordPress.com. So that's not what we want, but this is where you can also, do some customization. Go ahead and go back. This is where the widgets, we'll get to that in just a second. There's menus. We'll play with that more later on. And then there's a header. And there's some pretty cool themes in here. And I think, and while I'm going to keep talking why this is, going to do something. I think once I start actually practicing and playing with WordPress, it's actually a lot of fun. I understand the control aspect of it, but time is money. You only have so much time. There is an advantage to this. So this is something you can play with the header media. And the best way to learn this stuff is just to play with it. And then there's theme editor. Okay, so heads up, you appear to be making direct edits to your theme in WordPress dashboard. So they recommend that you don't. Editing your theme directly could break your site and changes may be lost in future updates. So if you want to actually, tweak our CSS, you might want to try making a child theme. We're not going to get into that right now. But we're going to click I understand. We're not going to actually make any kind of edits, and I suggest you follow what they say and but just make a child theme, which is later on down the road. But you can look, and it's all CSS. So don't let the thought that it's built on PHP, frighten you, because that's what it did to me until I started taking a deeper dive into it. And it is CSS. I mean, there is PHP in it, but for our intents and purposes, there is the level of understanding for HTML and CSS because that's what it's built on as well. So we're going to get out of that. Let's go back to widgets, which was the next part of the assignment. So what was it again that we was going to do? We add a calendar widget to footer 1. So widgets is calendar. Click footer 1, add widget. And on the sidebar, on the right-hand side, you'll see the blog sidebar, footer 1 and footer 2. And let's see. I'm not going to give it any kind of title. See if I can do without the title right now. Well, let's go ahead and give it a title. Save. And we go back to here. And you'll see a calendar named sample calendar, which is what I just created down there. So next thing we're going to do is add a navigation menu widget to footer 2. So it's another widget. So we're in the right spot. Navigation menu, footer 2, add widget. So let's see. No menus have been created yet. We're going to create menu. We're going to get to menus here shortly, but let's see what's going to go ahead, if anything. So I don't know if it can save. So let's see if anything's going to show. I'm not seeing anything different, so maybe not. So let's go back into here. We did do this, but I don't think anything's going to show yet because I haven't done this yet. So let's add a menu named main menu. So let's go to menus. And we are going to name this main menu. Create menu on the right hand side. And we are going to give it a sample page. On the left hand side, you can see add menu items, pages. Most recent is for me a sample. Yours may be different, but you can look the different ones that there are. Again, the best way to figure this out is to play with it, which is why I wanted you to do it with this and not on the Wisteria for the nonprofit. Just focus on the playing and having fun, seeing what it can do, as opposed to the project and the goals of the project. One go at a time. Right now, our goal is to have fun and play. So you can do different things here. It's going to do sample page. Now this threw me off before. I forgot to hit this add to menu button, and I didn't, and I was wondering why it wasn't working. It's because I didn't hit the add to menu button. So make sure you get the add to menu button on here. It's going to click sample page, which is what it is, and it's going to be on the main menu. So let's go ahead and hit, there's something else. Oh, top menu. Let's keep that in the display location in the top menu and hit save menu. And it's been updated, as you can see. And we're going to go in here and refresh. And you see sample page. And it's going to a sample page. But it's generating a menu. And it's generating a menu, as you just saw when I went to the sample page. The menu is going to be there. So let's go back. This is not part of the assignment, but let's just continue practicing. Main menu, let's do secondary menu. Menu. So we can choose to remove this. And if we want to do something else, let's do that. Add to menu. So the secondary menu is going to have, looks like a post that says hello world. Save menu, we already have it going to the top menu. Go back home. It should show. Oh, that's not what I thought I was going to do. Well, it says hello world. And it's going to, but it's not what I thought it was going to do. Oh, I'm doing the main menu structure. Let's see. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Okay, I'm back. So I'm gonna refresh this because I figured out what I was going wrong on this. Refresh, go away. Okay, hello world's gone, which is what I wanted. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So hello world was gone, which is what I wanted because I figured out what I was doing wrong. I was going about this the wrong way. So let's go back to main menu. Okay, we got main menu in here. I know I kind of deviated from the assignment, but that's okay because that's how we learn. So I have main menu in here. So we need the pages that's going to actually appear in here. So I was going about this the wrong way originally. So what we're going to add, what do we want in here? We want a sample page. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the menu. We want a post, our most recent post, add to the menu, and it appears down there. Let's do. Okay, and it's going to appear there. So then we save menu. And then we refresh it. Okay, there we go. So you can see I only had to do this once, and it's automatically on every single different page. Well, that's a link. Okay, that was not a good example, but it's on that page and this page. Okay, I only had to do this once. I don't have to. So say if I was changing the links or if I was making some edits to this, and if I was doing this without using a CMS tool, this is what the CMS tool does. This is one of the things that it does. If I was not using the CMS tool and I decided I wanted to change the link, the verbiage or the looks or something on the heading, I would have to do that, and I would probably have to do that individually if I was doing it, from scratch, just HTML and CSS. And that having to do it individually makes it more prone to errors, and it just takes more time. Okay, so I know I kind of went into a rabbit hole on it, but the assignment is have a menu name main menu. And then we already kind of did this, add a page name sample menu, which was most recent. What it is, add a page name sample page. Okay, and all you had to do was just click on that, add to menu, and it was already there. Now it's there again. Save menu, and now it's there again. Okay, so what else do we need to do? Plugins. We'll be playing with SEO. Another reason that utilizing tools like this, it does save time, which can leave you more time to concentrate on SEO, especially if you're a freelancer. If it's an organization of you, yourself, and you, then you want to be able to devote most of your time to where it's going to be most beneficial for your client, because that client's going to want to remain to be your client. So now let's go to dashboard plugins. We're going to click add new. And we're going to do add new. And we're going to look for Yoast. And we're going to click install now. This takes a few minutes. So it's going to install. I'm going to pause this while it's installing. Okay, it's done installing. Now we're going to activate it. And that doesn't take terribly long if I don't remember correctly. Okay, good. So that was that part of the assignment, and we already did this earlier in the other assignment, so just make sure it's done. And we're going to set the permalinks to be your post name. So let's go into here, and it's under settings, and it's going to be permalinks. And so there's different ways that you can do this. And what this is if you can read it, I mean, it's got your domain, it's got your website, then it's the fact that it's a local. But this is going to be the indicator, like the tell of what, tell as in TAIL, I think, of what your web page is. So there's different ways you can do it. You want something that's going to be descriptive, right? You don't want somebody to see this and it's like, I have no idea what that is. Whenever we're looking at our browser history, we want to be able to find what we want to go to. We just want to make the user experience as easy and as possible. And to do that, we want to be as descriptive as possible. So this is, for me, was default. So make sure that this is, actually what's on yours as well, where it's practicedemo.loco, ha, that's in crazy, local, and it's a sample post page is what it's on right now. So just, like I said, mine was default when I went in. Yours is probably default as well. Just make sure that is the case. And then that's it to submit the assignment. And this is what kind of threw me off last week. I know I don't know so much for this class, but for the other two classes, we had some issues with that. Basically just send me, this is what I want you to send me. This, I want you to send me your live link. Okay. So you can just copy that in there. Just so I have something in there and I know it's done. Okay. And then I can still go in the admin side, later on whenever I get the email notification. And then that's what you would do. You would put that in there. And then eventually it'll do something. There we go. Yes, you want to submit the assignment. Okay, that's how I want you to submit the assignment. And I'll edit this here shortly so everybody can see it. So and go ahead and get out of that. So we were done with that. And then, like I said, there's the quiz. So this is pretty much what we've already done or want you to do for week 2. I do want us to meet on Friday at 6 o'clock. So I'll be sending out a calendar invite with Google Hangouts for that as well. So let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.